Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Destiny 2. This is your host River Foxen, and first we're going to find out what's new in Season of the Splicer. So a whole new week means a whole new bit of story. So let's talk to this guy here.
I greet you in the light, my friend. There have been no more attacks from inside the walls. I spoke my heart words to all who would hear. We have no anger within us. We will not be led to violence, no matter how wide the path. We now must focus on the Vex. The machines do not stop to consider our situation, and neither should you. I can still improve your gauntlet, and your Splicer training must continue. Do not waste your energies on us. My Elixni have been through much, but cruel words and thoughtless deeds will not break us. Let us continue our work.
All right. Path of the Splicer 5. Mithrax seems eager to get back to work dispelling the endless night and put the recent attack on his people behind him. Cruel words and thoughtless deeds will not break us, he says. We will not be led to violence, no matter how wide the path. He tells you not to worry about him and his people, but to focus your attentions on continuing your Splicer training, improving your gauntlet, and collapsing the Vex networks. Alright, so we're going to be starting Path of the Splicer 5. So that part is easy, so no, I guess we don't. I can't just look ahead and see what it is. So I think it is going to involve another expunge, because there is a new expunge mission. Let's take a look at that. One of the things that is I want to mention is I did upgrade the gauntlet so that I have all three of the kind of shortcut mods. This might make expunge a little bit easier, make the jumping puzzles a little easier to deal with. So hopefully that will help. Next, maybe if I want to again make some of these jumping puzzles easier, I would probably want to upgrade this deletion exclusion, which reduces the amount of damage you take from like hazards like the beams and the walls and stuff. But we will do that later. So let's take a look at our quests, because we just picked up. So yeah. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to have to do an override and open the chest. So that will be the next step, and I will do that off camera. While I'm at it, I'll just go ahead. Oh, I can't charge it up yet, but I've got three charges in there. It should be fine. Anyway, I'm going to do that override off camera. All right. So now we, have to do another expunge mission. This one is on Europa, and it is called Tartarus. So, gonna see what this involves. I have changed my loadout a little bit this time. So instead of using Ariana's Vow, I'm going in there with whatchamacallit, Ace of Spades, and then I'm using a scout rifle with the anti-barrier scout rifle, and then I'm also going in there with a rocket launcher instead of a machine gun. Now we'll see how this, hopefully it isn't a mistake, but
Each trespass into this domain is easier for you than the last. I feel you moving through the Vex network as they do, as they are. You are no longer an invader. You are a part of the system. I hope that as you change this place, it is not also changing you.
okay, so we get a shortcut. Let's see what this entails.
Another bird sweeps through the network. Be cautious.
So it doesn't skip the part that I hate. Oop, no, I've already messed up. Ah, come on. All right, not as bad this time.
Digesting all within. This entire place seeks your end. You will need to find a defense against the forces of eradication and entropy at work here.
No. I do notice I'm not taking as much damage from those things. Again, another thing about the upgrade that I got. Oh, come on. Maybe I need to not worry so much about these walls right now. It looks like they do just a little bit of damage to me. Let's get this thing all up there. Where's the other one? I thought that was what I needed. Gotta find another one of those. Oh, see, these things, that tells me how many I need to find. I need to find 3. I found 2. Oh, there it is. to find 5. Alright. There's one. At least I thought that was it. Oh man. I hate jumping puzzles. I don't... Sometimes I wonder if I need to change my setup. So let's see. Maybe I can try changing it. So I usually use triple jump. I'm wondering if double jump with stronger control might be better. Oh, no. Okay. And I found another one though. No, it's not. What I had before is probably better. The thing is, like, I can't just easily change direction in midair like some other classes can. So sometimes it's like, oh, I have to commit. So now we have bad guys we have to fight at the same time. So apparently the things are now protected by those golems. How does this one work? I guess they're walls.
Awoken the oppressive mind. Destroy it.
Oh, jeez. I thought there was a place I could hide there. Please stop shooting at me. Alright, so I have to do this thing. Why is it immune? So there's some sort of... Oh, I have to get the charge, which I have to get from the center. Alright, I need to do this phase all over again. Except now that there are walls. Safe here for the time being. Oh, no heavy ammo. go.
We succeed for a third time, and yet nothing has changed with the Endless Night. Why is that, Mithrax?
Each time the Guardian destroys a Vex mind in control of a domain, the remaining Vex carry the leftover burden.
And how many of these minds do you think are left to share that burden?
That is unclear.
Then we should focus our efforts on finding the central Vex mind guiding them. Osiris, how is that coming along?
Slowly. Lakshmi and Mithrax's splicers are diligently working with data the Guardian has recovered. But the Vex mind, at the source of the Endless Night, remains elusive.
We need to move quickly. The simulation is draining the city's energy. I won't stand by and watch our lightless civilians continue to suffer.
Ikora, I don't intend to let that happen.
We will work harder. We will find a way. The light provides.
All right. So this one maybe wasn't as bad as some of the other expunge missions, in part because I have upgraded the gauntlet to the point where, you know, like the environmental hazards don't do as much damage, as well as there are more pathways and shortcuts. And I've kind of figured out how to get through that one, you know, path with the walls that I hate so much. Anyway, let's leave here and see where we have to go next. So I believe where we need to go is to the tower and speak to Saint 14. So one thing I should mention is that in one of the override missions that I did in between this episode and the last, there was a conversation where Ikora said that Saint 14 was very moved by Mithrax's speech, you know, where pretty much he tells him that, you know, Saint 14 is a monster to the Elixni. So, wonder if that's what he's going to talk about here.
I have thought much on Mithrax's story. We do monstrous things to fight monsters. It seems simple then. When the city first formed, Titans were the walls. We did not think of our enemies when we fought. We thought only of protecting our people. Survival until the next day, no matter how. To be seen as a terror, a destroyer. To know children tremble in fear at my name, and mourn what I have taken from them. This is not the Saint 14 I know. I can never forgive what the old houses did to us. But these are not the old houses. They are dead. What do we gain from more death? This lashing out against defenseless people, it is the act of a coward. Mithrax risked much to trust us. If his House of Light can forgive, perhaps we must try to see the fallen, Elixni, as they see themselves. Or none of us will ever be anything but monsters. We must be more than the enemies of our enemies.
Vein 14 tells you that hearing Mithrax's story about how the Elixni see him affected him deeply. To be seen as a terror, a destroyer, to know children tremble in fear at my name, and mourn what I have taken from them, he says. This is not the Saint 14 I know. I can never forgive what the old house... Well, that's pretty much what he said. I don't need to read this all back to you. Anyway, so yeah, that's good. It's good to know that he has an open mind. Anyway, let's see here. Now we're going to go talk to Mithrax in the helm.
Shine brighter.
Oh, he's feeding his pigeons. All right.
I see you have overcome the Vex again. We are both doing what we must. I have not spoken with the Saint, but I believe hearing my story softened him somehow. I saw one of our young run across his path. The Saint raised a hand in greeting, and the hatchling recoiled and fled. The Saint watched it run. The reaction seemed to wound him. I will reach out to this child. She acted out of fear and was unkind. She should know the image of the Saint we use to chase evil is only a story. If we are to survive this long night, we must be able to see one another as what we truly are.
Mithrax tells you a story about seeing Saint 14 interact with a young Elixni. The big titan raised a hand in greeting and seemed upset when the Elixni recoiled and fled. He feels that telling Saint 14 about how the Elixni see him has affected the titan, and he hopes that his words truly reached him. If we are to survive this long night, we must be able to see one another as we truly are, he says. All right, and that is the end of part 5 of Path of the Splicer. So that should be the end of this episode. Let me check and see. Actually, no, we got a message here. Let's see who it is.
Elixni of the House Light, hear Mithrax now. I know many of you feared this place. You have seen death at the hands of the Guardians. It was right to expect death in their house. But I said, and say again, that if we help them, they will help us. And here we are, alive. It is true that some have attacked our new home. It is true that some try to share their hate with us. It is always so. But if Elixir feel darkness inside, only look up to see the great machine. And know that House of Light is blessed.
We're all blessed to have such friends in dark times. Humanity will not allow these hateful and ignorant acts to define us. We will prove it by bringing those responsible to justice.
Walk the path of hardship with joy in your hearts. Be brave.
All right. And so that is going to be the end of this episode. I think it's been a nicer week plot-wise than last week. Hopefully things won't turn out too badly before the season is done. But anyway, I will see you next week. And until then, if you enjoyed this Let's Play, be sure to like and subscribe and click the bell icon if you're so inclined. And I'll see you later.